Sure. I'll start with an introduction to myself. So, hi guys, I'm Vineet. I'm currently in fourth year CSA department at IIT Madras. I am also Grandmaster on Core Forces and rank sixth in India on Core Forces. Uh, I did an intern at Jane Street last summer, and next year I'm joining Graviton as a full-time quantitative researcher. About competitive programming, I started CP in my start of second year roughly, and since then I've been doing CP like consistently for last 3 years so now, and CP has been a very exciting journey for me. Like uh, it had its own ups and downs, and there's a lot CP had given to me, and like my college life, if I have to sum up, it would be competitive programming, but nothing else. So I'll give a brief detail on uh, about my whole journey. After that, if you guys have any questions and all regarding competitive programming or anything else, we can take that up. So I guess like it sort of starts when I joined the college. So I joined IIT Madras in 2019 around July, and in our first semester we had a programming course, but somehow the professor in that course like wanted us to learn programming ourselves. I had no like absolutely no knowledge in programming till my 12th, I guess, which is probably something which all of us can relate to. Like at least in my board, till 12th there were like till 10th there was no education in programming, and 11th 12th I opt to take some other subject. So till my 12th I did not had any course in programming. So I had absolutely no knowledge in programming till then. And in my first year, we had one course on programming. Uh, but again, in that, the particular prof sort of expected us to learn things ourselves. And I was sort of a bit too lazy and procrastinate things. So I didn't learn programming myself in my first semester. And as a result, I had a pretty bad experience with programming. Not only I screwed up that course, but also uh, like I sort of developed a fear for programming. I was sort of scared to do programming after my first semester. Somehow that semester went away, the second semester came, and in that we had no programming related course. So that was going fine. But in the mid of it itself, as we all know, COVID came and we all were sent back home. And I always had that thought in my mind about programming, and I was in computer science department, so I used to think how I would uh, survive the whole 4 years if I'm scared of programming and all. But I was like, okay, let it pass. It will pass somehow. And I guess around April or so in 2020, I was talking with a few of my friends, and uh, they told me that they are doing something called competitive programming. I had no clue what it was till that point. And while talking with them, one of my friend he told me about a problem he was solving, and I was thinking about the problem, and that problem was like the problem seemed pretty exciting. I have been into problem solving since my childhood. I like to solve problems a lot, and like since third, fourth standard, I have uh, I would be involved into solving logical problems, asking it to my friends, listening to some of their problems and all. So, like, I really used to love problem solving since my childhood, which was also one of the major reasons why I opt for science in my 11th standard. So, yeah, so like problem solving was very exciting for me, and when my friend asked me that question seemed pretty nice to me. I guess I put some time on it, like around an hour or 2 hour, and then I was able to get it. I didn't knew programming much till that point, but that problem was so exciting that I started to learn a bit of programming myself to just code that up. Like I solved that problem, and now I want to check if it's correct or not. So I asked my friends about, okay, how to do this, how to do that, and I submitted that problem myself, and it got accepted. And like if you are in CP, you would be able to relate how nice you feel when you see a problem getting accepted. So that was the point when like I sort of realized, okay, programming can be so fun and exciting and all. And I just started up CP from that point, and like after that, I just never looked back. I guess it was around April or May that I started competitive programming, and it was just really exciting for me. Like I really used to like problem solving a lot, and I sort of wanted to do a bit of programming as well because of my curriculum. So I thought, okay, this looks like a nice thing. Let's go with it. I had no clue of what like if CP would be important in future or anything. I was just doing it because it involved problem solving, which was something I used to like a lot, and it involved programming. So I was just doing it for the fun of it. In COVID, I guess for a few months we had no classes and all, because like everyone was adjusting to the new circumstances and all. So there was absolutely nothing we had to do in 4 5 months. So at that time, like I was doing nothing apart from CP majorly. Like even CP, I was just doing it out of fun. I had no reason or like nothing I want to achieve out of it. I was just doing it because it was exciting to solve problem, give contest and all. And I had a few friends as well who were doing CP along with me. The time passed and we like the classes started. I was still into CP and all. And after a few months, I guess it was around October and November of 2020. I talked with a few seniors of mine, and uh, then I got to know that okay, like CP can be important in some scenarios in future as well. Like there are some coding tests and all in which you might be asked uh, like competitive programming related problems. So I was like, okay, this is something which is so exciting and like so exciting and can be so important as well. And I also got to know about ICPC that okay, there is a international level uh, exam just for competitive programming, which involves like coders all across the world. So that also was something which excited me a lot. And yeah, from that point, not only I started to do CP more consistently, but I also like sort of spread the culture of CP more uh, in my own college. So I took up sessions and all for my juniors and taught them CP and all. And uh, from that on, I just kept on doing CP, kept on teaching it to people, and then like the whole journey was pretty exciting to teach CP, to do CP. I guess I have made a lot of friends as well. Like most of the friends I have made in college are probably because of CP as well. So like we all sort of do CP, so we discuss about the problems, and it's again fun. Uh, I guess after that, like like after some point in CB, your eating sort of becomes constant, which is like which can be different for different people. So again, it was sort of challenging to keep on giving contest at that point when you know that your eating isn't moving that much. But I had support of a lot of people around with me, and like I could see my friends and all who were also doing CP. So I guess after a point, doing CP was okay. You have the rating component, but it was again more for the fun of it because everyone is giving it. Sort of fun to give them, and again, problem solving is something I had always enjoyed. So I kept on doing CP, and I guess it took me around a year to reach from candidate master to master, and again around a year to reach from master to grandmaster. And it was in June uh, uh, 2022 that I finally became grandmaster, and that was like one of the happiest moments for me in my competitive programming journey. Like grandmaster is something like obviously like everyone have in mind, and like becoming a red coder is something I had always eyed on it since my first year. I guess like along the journey, I realized a lot of things. It was fun and all. Like, uh, I guess probably in my second year, how easy I would have thought becoming grandmaster would be. It was not even close to that. So it took up a lot of efforts and hard work to reach till that point. And after reaching grandmaster, I was like, okay, like this much effort for grandmaster is okay, I guess. Like there were just so many ups and downs involved that like, I can't even talk about it. But yeah, it was all worth it in the end. Like finally being able to see myself in the top, like in top 10 and on code forces in India was pretty nice. And uh, I guess I like even after that I have kept on giving contest because it's again just for the fun of it. And I guess the best part of CP for me was the journey. I guess becoming GM was not the best part of it, but the whole journey of 2 to 3 years where I made a lot of friends, taught CP to a lot of people, and the whole fun of giving all the contest is what I feel was the best part. And uh, if I have to give credit to one thing that helped me becoming GM, would definitely be my friends and the peer group, because I guess like those are the people who motivate you when you go down and encourage you when you go up. So and like I guess probably I won't have been giving like doing much of CP if I didn't had those friends around with me, around me who are doing CP with me. So I guess if I have to give one suggestion to all of you, like uh, like how to do CP consistently, it would probably be to have a good circle of people who are as enthusiastic as you in doing CP, and that would just carry you to give contest consistently and uh, practice more and more in CP, and eventually you would grow in CP. So yeah, I guess that covers briefly about everything. Uh, do you want to ask anything, Naveen?
So have you have done it completely with passion. So
Yeah,
so without any goal.
sorry.
Like you don't have the firstly you didn't have the goal of becoming grandmaster, but you have the passion of doing problems. So that made you as a grandmaster.
Yeah. See, always like becoming GM was always something I had in mind, but like that's something probably everyone have in mind. Like everyone wants to grow, but like I wasn't sure at any point that if I would be able to reach there or not. I guess after a point I knew that I can reach, but maybe it requires a lot of contest. But again, at any point you can't be sure that you would be able to reach. I was just giving contest because it was fun and just trying to see till where I can go. Like again, GM is not the final thing. There are a lot of things ahead of that on code courses, but it seems like a big deal. But let's see.
Mhm. Like many people start their journey but quit them before like in 6 months
Hmm.
and they like leave it forever. So what do you suggest for them? Like
So
they
I
lose
guess
interest on CP.
So I guess the main thing is your motivation should be clear. Like you should be doing CP if only if you enjoy doing CP. Like only if you enjoy problem solving. Again, having a bad contest would definitely make you slightly sad. But uh, if you enjoy problem solving and if you have a good uh, group of people along with you, you'd always enjoy doing CP. So I would say that rating is one thing, again we would get affected with it, but that should not be the main thing for you. The main thing should be enjoying problem solving. Like again, everyone have their own like everyone is unique in their own. So uh, maybe what is your constant may be different from what someone else's constant is. But like if you enjoy problem solving and if you enjoy doing competitive programming, you definitely grow with time for sure. Like that is something which is uh, a very big thing in CP. Like you can see a lot of people. I know people who went from uh, expert and so to GM in a very few months just because they were practicing a lot. So practice is one of the most important thing in competitive programming, which I guess probably most of you would have heard from someone or the other. So yeah, like I guess like the main thing is you should enjoy problem solving. You should enjoy doing competitive programming, and if you do so, and if you have a good group of people along with you, you'll just keep on doing it and definitely grow with that.
And what are your daily habit patterns? Like, what is the schedule? Like, someone asked this question.
Okay. Uh, okay, I guess I can get it where this question comes from. Like I can imagine myself a few years back, and I probably would have been someone who would have asked this question. So I guess there is like nothing in terms of schedule. You would say there is a nice example I would give you for that. So suppose you are a king and you are going into a battle, right? Uh, and you have a very strong enemy to face, and you want to fight against that enemy. So when you're planning to fight against an enemy, you would probably go up with some strategy to fight in the battle and how you would attack the enemy and all. You won't go up with a schedule that okay, I will attack this particular soldier at this time, at this particular soldier at this time, and attack the king at this time and all. So maybe not that relevant of an example, but the main point is that like a schedule is something which is all up to you, and I guess what you should have is a clarity of strategy that you want to go like that you want to have. uh, be clear with what you want to do, and you can have a schedule for that according to yourself. Like uh, I guess if you want to ask in terms of the number of hours that I gave into CP, maybe that's a more relevant question. Then I would say, I would say, like giving 3 to 4 hours every day would be pretty nice. Like if you can do that consistently, that's good. And if not, I would suggest to give like try to give at least 10 hours every week. That's something I would say on the minimum side. But I guess that's can again something that can vary a lot based on the events that you have in your life and say if you have some exams and all. I guess the most important thing is in terms of competitive programming is to uh, keep on giving contests and all. Uh, make sure that you give almost every contest and upsolve them after the contest is done. Try to learn as much as you can from every contest and uh, like do problems apart from that which are like suppose the contests are done and you have solved them and you still have time to practice more, uh, then you can go on problem sets and practice more problems in your like according to the rating which you are on right now.
Okay, 200 rating above our current rating.
Yeah. So like this is something we usually say. So like uh, suppose you are around 1500 right now, and you are doing contact. You are giving contest regularly whenever you can, and absolving it. I guess that's one of the most like that's the first important thing in terms of competitive programming. And suppose you are giving contest and you have solved the last contest or whatever till the point you can. Then after that you can just go to the problem set and like uh, type say your rating is 1500, right? So just type 1600 or 1700 graded problems and try to do them. uh, see if you're able to do them. uh, if after half an hour or so you're not able to get, like if you get it then just code it up, that's good. And if you're not able to get it for half an hour 40 minutes, then you can probably see up the tutorial, learn from it, and then code the problem and solve. uh, yeah, like solving a problem is I guess like as I say is the most important thing. And don't see it as a uh, negative to look at the editorials. You can learn a lot from the editorials as well. So because like again the editorials are as well written by people who are like one of the best in this field. So learn from the editorials, and that's something where I learned the most from in competitive programming. So yeah, look at the tutorials, learn from it, and then code it up. try to do a lot of problems in range of your rating. See, suppose you're 1500 and you tried doing 1700 and you're not able to do them very well, then maybe shift down to 1600 and see, like keep on doing 1600 till you feel that okay, I'm very comfortable with 1600 and I can probably do all the problems. Like say you did 100 problems on 1600 rating, then you can probably go on to 700 and do a lot of problems on that rating and all. And as you keep on doing that, you would see that slowly your rating as well increases with that. So that's something I would suggest for practicing.
One more question.
Yeah.
Did you focus on any development or data science parallelly with CP?
Not exactly. I had taken a few courses along that line, which was something like which was the only thing I was doing. While CP was something I used to enjoy a lot, so I was just doing it for most of my time.
Apart from CP, what skills are you proficient in?
Sorry.
Apart from CP, is
Hmm.
there any other skills are you proficient in?
Uh, I would say I am say like expert level in any other skills. Uh, I guess I guess I have a basic knowledge in a lot of fields, but if there's something which I'm expertise in, that probably would be competitive programming.
Okay. So someone asked, what would it take to get an internship at Jane Street like you?
Okay. Uh, okay. If you come on to internships, then that's again a whole different topic. Like that's not something which is all about competitive programming. Uh, from my experience, like getting the internship was more about logical problems and all. So if like you can apply for like for Jinshit on their websites and try for that. And as a part of the interview process, it was just all about logical problems and all.
What would you suggest for first and second year student now?
Hmm. I guess I would suggest to try competitive programming if you haven't, and if you do enjoy CP, then uh, try to do a lot of it. Try to make a group of people who are enthusiastic like you in doing competitive programming, and uh, do a lot of competitive programming. Try out other fields as well, and if something excites you, and you can probably do it parallelly as well. uh, but yeah, I guess I would suggest give some time to CP if you enjoy it, because like not only like you would have something to showcase, but it would also sharpen your logical skills and problem solving skills, which is something you you would have to apply, like which is something which would be required no matter wherever you go. So like it sort of helps you in that way as well. So yeah, I guess that's something I would suggest. If you enjoy doing competitive programming, then do a lot of it, and but yeah, like make sure you do explore other things as well, and if something else excites you as well, then you can do them parallelly too.
Okay. Like one more question. If someone has 6 months or 7 months for placements, what would you suggest to practice in lead code or in the code forces or code chef for a new beginner?
Mhm. Okay, I guess if you are like like competitive programming is something which is like uh, more about problem solving and like something which would help you to sharpen your brain more. And if you're targeting ICPC, then that's something which it would help for. But I guess if you come in terms of internships and placements in software development roles, then for that I would suggest go for lead code. Like in almost all the tests and all, you would find problems uh, which are directly from lead code. You can give contests over lead code as well. uh, like I guess the contests they conduct on lead code are pretty close to what usually like most of the intern and placement tests are. But just make sure you have good set of people along with you, I guess. that's something which would be the most important thing there as well. Because if you have the right set of people along with you who are as motivated as you to do those problems, not only you will be able to help each other in solving problems, but motivate each other as well to do them consistently. So again, that would also be something which would be the most critical over there. And uh, I guess even when you are doing lead code, like if you are preparing for intern placements, then like lead code would be the most important thing. But along with that, probably you can do a bit of competitive programming. Like I would say, keep lead code for DSA as the major thing, and maybe give one or two contests in CP just to sharpen up your problem solving skills. Like again, that may not go very well, but don't let it affect. Uh, just maybe give one contest a week or two contests, but one contest a week should be fine. So keep late code as your major thing, and you can do a bit of CP for problem solving.
Like, how is the CP culture at IIT Madras? One more question.
Okay. Okay. So again, like when I joined, I don't think the culture was that good. Like throughout my first year, I didn't get to know about CP at all from my IIT. I guess there was some culture, but it wasn't very active. That like a lot of people won't have come across it. After like in my second year, when I did CP for quite some time, I sort of got very excited with it, and it's something which still excites me a lot. So, and like I got to know that okay, it's important as well. So, I took it upon myself and I built up the culture. And I guess after that, the culture has improved a lot. Like quite a lot of people know about CP and they do quite a lot of CP. So, I won't say it's still like one of the best in terms of the in terms of CP culture in India, but I guess now it's much better than what it was a few years back.
Hmm. What programming language do you prefer for CP and why? C++ or Python?
Okay, okay, so like you can do CP in any language, you can do it in Python as well, but just that there are some restrictions in Python. If you have to ask me, I would personally suggest to go with C++. Again, learning language isn't a big deal. If you know one language properly, then you can. You just need to know the basic syntax for the other language. So, like, just don't like. I'd suggest you to go with C++ for competitive programming. And even if you say you are like very comfortable with Python or some other language and you don't know C++, it won't take much time to get to C++. Just start with the basic problems and all. Try to do the basic problems in C++, uh, and you will soon be able to like learn all the syntax and all. So that won't be difficult. Uh, I would suggest doing C++, and again, the main reason is uh, like C++ is something uh, which is the most efficient for competitive programming. Like, like even on global level, I guess top 10 competitive programmers, I guess nine of them do it in C++. So, and the like other one does it in Python. So it's not that you can't do anything in Python and all. It's just that C++ is more convenient to start with in competitive programming. So yeah, I guess I would suggest to go with C++.
We have one more question.
Mhm.
People like many people stuck at doing dynamic programming questions. Like
Mhm.
some do recursive method and they convert into the tabulation method to
Mhm.
decrease the recursion stack space time. So, but directly they are unable to do the tabulation method. So, how can you help with, with that,
Okay, so
Rakesh?
again, like the most important thing in CP is practice. I would say that if you are not able to do a problem, then look at editorial and try to learn from it. That okay, what is something that you missed uh, thinking about, which was used in the editorial, in the solution, whatever, and try to do a lot of problems on it. Say take DP, say something like DP that you are scared of, then take up 100 problems on it, do 100 problems, like say do 3 4 problems every day, and after a month or 2 months you would have done around 100 200 problems. So uh, you would see that after doing that 100 200 problems, you have that clarity in dynamic programming, and when you get a new problem you can think about it in various ways. So I guess it's something which would be difficult at the start, but like there are two ways. When you see a difficult concept, you can take it in two ways. You either get scared of it and you just don't do it. Anytime a problem comes on it, you skip it, or you take it up on yourself and you do a lot of problems on it, you practice hard on it, and next time it comes you're like, okay, this is my problem, and you do it. So I guess it's all about how you take it. When you see a hard concept, say dynamic programming, then do a lot of problems on it. Like it's not just hard for you, right? Like it's hard for everyone. I guess it's something like dynamic programming. Something is something on which I also struggled the most when I was starting up and all. But again, just do a lot of problems on it from various platforms, and soon you would realize that okay, you have mastered over this concept. So like again, there's nothing else in CP apart from practice. Do a lot of do practice a lot of problems on dynamic programming. Okay. If you guys have any other question, you can write it in chat as well. I can see the chat, so uh, feel free to write in chat if you have any questions.
Uh, we have one more question.
Yeah.
Resources from which you have learned DP and advanced stuff like FFT and Gaussian elimination, etc.
Okay. So again, I guess it's something I should have clarified earlier. So there are two things. Like if you are doing competitive programming, for competitive programming, ICPC and all, then these concepts like FFT and Gaussian would be helpful for you. But if you are preparing for interns and placements, like more of TSA side, like concepts are something which would never come over there. So just clarify this thing. And again, if you are preparing for interns and placements, and say you have less time, then you should probably go for doing more of lead code and uh, slightly less on CP. But if you are someone who has good enough time, say you are in first second year, then it's a good time for you to start doing CP consistently, because it would help you sharpen your problem solving skills, and when you actually take up DSA you would find them very easy. And coming on to learning on those topics, so for most of the topics I learned them from CP algorithms. I would mention, like, put the website link in the chat in case someone is not aware of. So for most of the for most of the concepts, to learn the concept, I used CP algorithms. For some concepts, maybe CP algorithms won't have that particular concept, or maybe it won't have that great of an explanation. So I'll just put it up on Google or YouTube, and whatever is the best article or video, I will just learn from that. Like there's no clear way, like one particular place to learn all of it. Uh, there are a few websites like CP algorithm, USECO, and all, uh, which are like pretty good for most of the topics, which you can refer to. Uh, for problems on dynamic programming, I guess lead code itself has a lot of nice problems on dynamic programming, so you can go for lead code if you are preparing for like DSA intern placements. And for competitive programming, you can do problems on DP from code forces itself. You'll find a lot of problems on code forces. If you're struggling hard to learn dynamic programming, you can check out Geeks for Geeks DP series as well. They have a good series of problem on dynamic programming, which they have explained quite well as well. So that would help you get a clarity. Once you have a good idea of DP, I guess you should just solve a lot of problems which you can do from any platform, be it lead code or code forces. So if there are more questions, you guys can put in chat. Um,
And there is one more question. What
Yeah.
are your plans for future?
So I haven't planned something very like something for a long time. For like right now, I'm planning to go into the quant field and like see how it goes and all, and probably decide more about the future after that. So my immediate plans are to go in quant field and like understand trading and all that. After that, not sure what I would do exactly.
So you have taken the position as a quantitative trader, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what
Quantitative
it
research.
actually is?
Sorry.
So what would it actually takes? Like, what do you actually quantitative traders do?
Okay, so uh, like what a quantitative researcher do sort of depends a lot on the firm as well. Like different firms have different way of working and all. But I guess in short, if I have to describe it to you, it's basically to research and think about problems in the market and come up with strategies to trade in the market. So yeah, I guess that's something I would describe in brief.
Okay, like some use indicators and some use some chart patterns to trade in
Yeah,
a market. So
yeah,
such kind of logics, you mean?
yeah.
Fine,
But
fine.
again, a lot depends on the firm as well and what the firm expects from you and all.
So okay, guys, are there any other questions?
Was coding your passion, or did you take it up after seniors teachers saying it's important? Yeah, I guess. I guess that's a nice question, and like again, that's something I mentioned in the start. I was doing competitive programming for like around a year almost, just because I was enjoying it. After that, I got to know that okay, maybe it might help me as well. So I did it more consistently. But I guess like again that won't have affected it like for most of the part I was just doing competitive programming because it's fun. So I guess that's something which you should also keep in mind. Like if you enjoy problem solving and if you enjoy competitive programming, probably only then go for CP. If you like if say it's not that exciting for you, there are lots of other things which you can try out. So again, just go for something which is something you like and you would enjoy doing.
Internship or placement, GFG practice is better or lead code is better?
Yeah, I guess for interns and placement, I would recommend Lead Code. Like Lead Code has pretty good set of problems, so you can go with that. But again, in some if say in some concepts you're not able to get problems on Lead Code, or you find that it's not good, you can try out other platforms like GFG and all. So, but yeah, I guess for most of the concepts, Lead Code would be fine. And these things are dynamic. You can decide it according to you. But I guess like if there's one thing I would have to say like which is the most important, uh, be it doing competitive programming or be it doing lead code for interns and placements, would be to have a good group of people with you. Like I've seen uh, tons of examples of this. There have been people with like amazing skills, but they just didn't had a good set of people along with them, so they were never able to do CP consistently. On the other hand, I had seen people who like who were not that genius and all, but just because they had good set of people, they did CP or lead code consistently for uh, like for quite a good amount of time, and they got the uh, results accordingly. So again, doing CP or lead code consistently is the most important thing, and the thing that would help you the most in that would be to have a good set of people along with you, because again that they would not only help you in solving the problems, but more importantly to motivate you to keep on doing it consistently. Like again, maybe right now a lot of you would feel motivated in doing CP and lead code, but I can bet on that say after a month, I guess like 30% of you would be still that motivated, and after another month probably one or two of you. So again, being motivated and being able to do like consistently, be it CP or lead code, is the most important thing. Okay, there's
You would.
another question. Should we go for online courses for CP? Okay, that's a nice question. See, personally, I haven't taken a course or something in CP, so uh, like it's not like without taking a course on CP you can't do anything. Uh, but say if you're not, if you don't have a uh, like if you don't feel that motivated for CP at the start, and if you think taking a course would help you do CP more consistently, or maybe it could improve your learning, there's no harm in taking a course. But I guess I guess if you can find a good set of people around you who are enthusiastic in doing CP, then you can learn a lot just by solving problems. Like there are infinite resource available online for anything nowadays. So, uh, like it's not like you have to take a course to do something. Like you know the concept which would be required and all. You can just search about them, learn it, ask your friends and all. So I guess it's completely up to you. Like it's your choice, but it's not a necessary thing. If you think it would help you, then there is no harm in taking.
That's it, I think.
Okay, guys, it was nice interacting with you all. Yeah. Let me know if you have any more queries. You can pass it on via Naveen. Uh, cool, Naveen. We will end the session then.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
we are so glad to meet you and
yeah, it was nice
very
for me.
thankful to you.
Thank
Definitely,
you.
it will help a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Bye bye, guys.